Hello there, and welcome back to Corey Loses, where today we are once again finally continuing the Maldrood playthrough in Thrawn's Revenge 0.3. We, much like in the Mandalorian playthrough, have trapped quite an Imperial fleet, including an SSD, and we are building up towards possibly putting hypervelocity on there. I think we just need the two barracks so we don't lose influence too fast, because we're gonna keep dropping influence. That's gonna get unrest stacking up for us. But big thing is the Bellator finishing up in the next couple seconds, so we'll be able to make a play with that. I think we're gonna leave them alone for the moment. We're still trying to get some infrastructure back, but we're in okay shape overall. We've got a decent economy rolling. We're starting to get some unrest. That'll drop within the next week. Or it won't drop, but it'll stop at least lowering our influence, because the blockade isn't going to continue dropping our influence while we have a fourth structure. But I will get into Garos there. I think I'll move that fleet away, because if they have an interdictor, I'd be in trouble. It looks like they don't have an interdictor. We don't have our hypervelocity gun ready yet, but maybe with this other fleet coming in, we'll be able to get ourselves some relief. Well, I don't want to build anything too big when we're still worrying about... Oh, I actually don't need that. When we're still worrying about the fleet coming over it, so I don't want to queue up any of the other ground structures. Korriban, we don't want to build up too much. Almania, no, you do actually give some credits, so we'll build you there. We'll, on Florum, get, let's do a heavy vehicle factory. We do have the Bellator now, which, I don't know if we want to go for Mario or if we want to go for Ession. So let's just scout out Ession there. And you here, what do you got? What am I going to build on this one? I think a trade port wouldn't be horrible there. Oh, actually, we have the pop cap structure on there. Yeah, the colony structure. We have a trade port on you. We don't have a trade port on you, so I'm actually going to put one on Turkana. All right. Well, how will tax agencies and labor camps work with the new influence system? Will the New Republic have something in place of labor camps? There's no new influence system. It's still the same functions as before. They actually got there first. That's kind of concerning. The change for those kinds of systems is that the resources have gone to infrastructure. But influence itself hasn't changed, other than filling the planet gives the 2 extra influence. Fully filling the planet. So we'll see if we can maybe hold off here. The artillery, it's a relatively small map, so it's not like the artillery is going to be going from a huge distance away. But it's still a lot of artillery. And a lot of infantry. They have the IDTs. Just give me a target. It really just depends what they bring in first. So I won't need the scouting field base, but I don't know if we're gonna have enough money. Well, we have enough money to build whatever we need, but I don't know if it'll be enough to stop the incursions. So we'll get the field bases if we can. That'll be 3. That'll be a big help if we can stop them from getting anything. And it'd be nice if we had a field base that let you put up like a bubble shield. That'd be cool. An AoE shield. Scouting field base. No. I'll get the commando one and just a regular military one from here. Yeah, we're probably going to lose that field base. But if they're all over here, let's try to see if we can either kill some artillery or take the landing zone. Okay, they got a field base themselves. Yeah, to replace the resource structure influence, like I said, the filling the planet entirely will give 2 influence. The alternative we were potentially discussing is allowing you to build double infrastructure if you wanted to get to 10. But like the red building. But we'll see.
Roger that. Right away. Moving to that area, sir.
Okay, I feel like we're not gonna be able to hold on to this, actually.
Copy. Heading out.
So I'm gonna have to just try to get some kills in.
There they are. Reporting.
Our lack of an AA turret is gonna be a problem for the IDTs.
Yes, Commander. All right, men, take cover. Orders, sir. Reporting. All right, men, load your weapons.
Yeah, and if we're mostly relying on infantry and they have this many ATPTs, that's not great either. Okay, I think we just need to let Garos go. Oh, and I need to... Sorry, I'm gonna close... Where... Huh? Stupid Windows notifications. I don't even have Facebook open, but... It's just allowed to send me the notifications whenever it wants right now. So yeah, we're going to Turkana. I think we might need the Bellator off on the other side. I was going to use it over here, but I think it needs to go into the much smaller fleet that we have on this side. What's the actual fleet size?
We've located the enemy.
Well, I'm not sure. Okay, I need to get rid of that. There. Done. Notification's gone.
Choose your reinforcements.
Tartan cruiser reporting.
So, I think... What? Oh, it's got to be from the... I must have the browser open on the other computer as well. So I'll just turn the speakers off. Alright, so we've got a lot of strike cruisers. We've got some good anti-fighter defenses. Not like huge amounts of them, but at least some. Especially if we're protecting them with some fleet tenders. Then in the back we'll throw in Temparis. We'll put in Running Down a Dream. Blue Moon. And Tenacious Tiefling. I'm not going to put in the Interdictor, I don't think. Whiny Pelion, you can go in there. Miss My Birds. Now this is pod racing, and it's fine. So we're going to be just under 300, but I want them to be able to retreat, because I don't think we're going to be able to 2v1 all of this.
TIE squadron here.
They don't have a ton of fighters. I'm going to just try to keep our fighters and bombers back, because neither of us really does have a ton of them. And I think we kind of need the advantage if we can keep it. So focus in on that. If they're that close, then we can go for it. Alright.
Star Destroyer reporting in.
Cruiser here. Navigating.
They're coming in quick.
Attacking. Fire for maximum effect.
It's a lot of precursors. We haven't really dropped too much. I don't like that they're focusing on these ISDs, though. No one has a command bonus. Command bonus.
Commander, targeting the lasers. Excellent shot.
All lights are green.
Awaiting your orders. Our target
So if I tell everyone to attack a different hardpoint, then
Engaging the enemy.
we'll kill that much faster. I just want to try to distribute it as much as possible so we don't waste our damage. That's going to be the only way that we can be at the disadvantage we are and still potentially come out a little bit ahead.
I got fighters on me.
That plus our
Intercepting. Nowhere to run.
small bit of fighter superiority. Okay, let's try to move some of these up that we want to take the brunt of the damage a bit more. Because our ISDs and our Tectors, they're all just getting annihilated.
After the stragglers.
The lasers are our target.
Get over here and help.
Attack that commander.
Nowhere to go.
Engaging the enemy.
Closing
And
on
we don't need to focus just on the Allegiance anymore, because everything we're doing is still dropping their DPS. But I think we need to
Maximum firepower.
enemy craft. Intercepting.
spread that love a little bit.
Taking fire. Pursuing enemy forces. Formation.
I think I kind of need to send up some of the
Commander, they're hitting us.
other smaller ships before the larger ones take all the damage, though we are kind of
Awaiting your order.
Enemies
already making them get focused.
target locked. Coming around. Eliminate.
The big problem is they do have a full other fleet worth of ships in reserve, and we don't.
Where'd he go?
Okay, if I'm going to be the one to retreat, I need to get as much as I can
System is down.
out of these guys,
He won't be around much longer.
The lasers have been destroyed.
Excellent
because
shot.
they're going to go down.
Nowhere to run.
All fire on the launch bay.
We're being targeted.
Primary engine system is down. Roger that.
Okay, at least our fighters are still in front there.
Enemies in range.
You guys gotta hop on powered weapons.
Attack.
I think we just won't have the damage to get through all this.
Engaging the
Our
enemy.
launch bay has been disabled.
I'm on this one.
Like, we're really tanking
Lasers are our target.
via the Allegiance, but everything else is just, the Altor. Everything else is just kind of falling apart around it, though.
Target about to be destroyed. Watch enemies coming around. Eliminating target. Taking fire. All lights are green. Ready for command.
Destroyer here.
Commander.
Okay, we've gotta at least kill the stuff that's weak. There's one ISD down.
Stay in
This
formation.
Allegiance has to go down.
Our target priority is the laser.
Get behind them.
Fire for
Nowhere
maximum
to
effect.
run.
And they're starting to jump the other stuff in. Okay, we kill the Allegiance, and then I think we go.
Draw their fire. Acquiring target. I have them now.
Our launch bay is gone.
I'm losing control. Advancing.
Because they're just going to be able to jump in, possibly another Allegiance. And that's going to be most of our fleet dead.
He's headed your direction. For another attack. I'll take care of
If they'd been focusing more on the Altor instead of those two ISDs, I think that could have gone differently, but they didn't, so we just lost a bunch of stuff for very little. Maybe even if I had that interdictor in from the start. But I can't let them have this forever.
Safety check complete.
We're moving out.
Reporting.
Okay. It'd be unfortunate to focus on the CSA or the New Republic. Okay, actually, if they have Mario, this is good. I can go over to Ession with Pterodoc. So I'll save, even though that was not the best battle for us.
Where are we headed?
And I'll just keep a spy over here, because then we have a New Republic planet on either side over here. And then it's just like, does the CSA come from there? Maybe. But it'll be a bit easier for us to defend, and we can just focus on the opposite side. Build up over here, send more of the fleets over to the west, and try to handle the Hapens and the Empire, while the New Republic and the CSA sit over here. Alright, so we got Battlestar Galactica. We'll put the man himself in there.
Moving into position.
Get some of this anti-fighter in as well. And Don't Leave Me can go in. We'll put in some of our other little guys. We got Yellow Comet. We got Nibira, Red Dwarf, Raider Missile Command, and White Flank.
All lights are green.
This is High Admiral Pterodot reporting from 13.
I copy.
Ready for command. Moving into attack
Full
position.
stop. Engaging the enemy.
Holding fire for maximum effect.
Let's get all of these guys up a little bit farther so they can take out those fighters.
Excellent shot.
Star Destroyer
I think we got the carriers pretty well handled. And you don't see too many of the MC-30As, but they got them right now.
Around. Orders, sir.
Bomber squadron
I
reporting.
got one.
Possible MC-30 based ship in the Ahsoka trailer.
Destroying laser.
Again, not to spoil, but
Locking on.
it did kind of look like it. Talked about it with Justin a bit.
On
Star
target.
Destroyer reporting in.
Watch your back.
We've got them on scope.
Getting a lock.
Reporting. Firing.
Okay, let's make sure we got power weapons on where it matters. The broadsides, I think they should be able to just get through that in one more salvo.
Be around much longer.
Will every warlord have custom voice lines? I mean, ideally, long term, the goal is to have voices for as many characters as we can, but that's always just a matter of what resources we have, where we can get the voices, like who's able to do them,
He's about to be destroyed.
and how fast that can go. One of the people, Shizar, who is working on some of the voice elements, is a big Warlord fan, so that ends up getting more attention from him. But, like, we're not a studio that can just go out and hire someone for every possible role, so it's always just dependent on outside factors, and we do what we can, so there's not really any specific
Attack. Coming around. Taking
planning we can do long-term for that kind of stuff.
Got them again.
What are the qualifications to be a voice actor? We have a channel on Discord that people can just go post auditions in, and then eventually we try to get back to the people who have like good enough mics, sound right for a role, and
Moving
We're being targeted.
try to include them from there.
Squad, move in. All fighters, attack.
Not particularly steep, but we try to be at least a little selective with it.
nowhere to
Unable
ride.
to shake them.
reporting in.
Weapons locking on.
There have been some pretty good community submissions from that.
Don't interfere with my
Falling out of formation.
We're definitely gonna need to move Triton to the other side of the galaxy, I think.
Draw their fire.
All lights are green.
Get that command bonus. If we had a good command bonus in that prior battle,
Formation.
that could have made a lot of difference as well.
I've been hit.
So if we had Triton over there,
Under control.
that looks pretty different, I think.
Engines are malfunctioning. Regroup for another attack. Watch him. He's coming
Destroyer
around.
here.
Target locked.
Okay, I don't think we lost too much on those.
expected in turn.
Eliminating target.
Yeah, it's just the sound. We don't have like specific requirements for the microphone.
Tightening up. Cover me now.
We don't care what it's recorded on as long as it sounds good.
Excellent shot.
He won't be around much longer. Plot our course.
I got one.
I've got him.
I'm on them. More enemy craft.
Yeah, I need to be at least a little bit careful so that some of these guys don't go and
Online.
get themselves blown up. But the broadsides can get to the Golan. I think we've got most of you down. Okay. It's this pursuit, Nibira, that I'm kind of worried about.
Watch your back.
But Red Dwarf looks okay. I'll just get it to keep focusing on some of the actual ships nearby.
Target locked.
And we got the customs corvettes. I'm not going to power to weapons on them
I got one.
because
Locking on.
they're in a little bit too much danger.
Our engines are gone, sir.
He won't be around much longer.
Are on target.
Copy.
Roger that.
It's the ion cannon that's been getting really anything done for them.
Where'd he go?
Okay, yeah, you guys should contribute to the
Nowhere to
to the Golan damage while you're over here.
Moving into attack.
Taking him out.
Target locked. Waiting orders.
We are about to lose one of them potentially. Yeah, that one went down.
We are the Empire.
Reporting.
Roger that. Form up. Ready for command. Ready for orders.
Engaging the enemy.
I'm on them.
For the Empire.
Where else? It's just the shipyard and that. So let's get them a little bit closer.
Reporting.
Poor Carrick, let's go. Let's get Karakin.
Destroyer reporting in.
Only get into the battle once it's over.
Destroyer standing
Targeting at maximum.
Always the Pathfinder, never the bride.
Falling out of formation.
Scum.
Oh, they're done.
Regroup.
I know, I actually, there was so much announced and shown at Celebration today. Like, I had relatively low expectations. I was trying to
Losing power.
control my expectations so that I couldn't be disappointed. But, like, 3 movie announcements that seem pretty solid.
Attacking.
All the show trailers, even if they only showed one publicly, the other ones are, you can see them in beautiful 340p if you
I'm on this one.
go to the Star Wars League subreddit right now, but those will probably get taken down in the next little while. The Ahsoka trailer itself is really cool,
Shut him down.
but I really am hoping that we'll get like at least some kind of video game announcement this week too,
Unable to shake them. I've got them in my sights. Coming back around.
or not necessarily an announcement of a new game, but like just seeing something from one of the many games that's been announced and we haven't seen anything from. Like we got Jedi Survivor coming this week, or not this week, this month, and we are getting a Jedi Survivor trailer on Sunday, but I would like to start seeing stuff from some of the other games as well. There's so many that have been announced, and then it's like, do they exist? Do they not exist? Who knows? Well, we know Jedi Survivor exists, but for the rest. Okay, so they got Mario now. They're not going to be coming back through there. I'll just sit on Eddie as well. That is a shipyard, so if I took the shipyard, it'd mean more to sit through, but it just might be what we have to do.
Acknowledged.
Let's get you guys over there, and we are going to take Ession.
Gate standing by.
Has the Bellator... No, the Bellator didn't actually move. Get in there. They took Mandalore and Corda, so they just wiped out the Mandalorians all at the same time. And Thule. Thule. What are you... What have they done? They took Oprah Sky as well? That is not great. Because that's supposed to be one of our boundary planets. As long as they don't have Mario yet. I always save one pause. There's only, like... There's, I think, 1 or 2 mods that say you shouldn't, but I've never seen any reason to believe that it causes any issues. I have no idea where that got started or why it gets continually said, but it's... I've never seen any basis to believe that on.
Construction complete.
Because, yeah, like, the game is already paused.
The enemy is approaching.
Okay, we are gonna struggle a little bit with this as well. The Hapens are a problem.
Reinforcements.
We're starting to get attacked on the other side, too.
Reinforcements en route.
Alright, I don't think I want to hit the Battle Dragon. I'll go for the Neutron. That might be a mistake. Because we'd at least be able to outright kill some of the other stuff.
Reporting.
I copy.
Comlink active.
Reporting.
Roger that.
What are your orders? Carrot Commander here. Reporting.
Yes, sir.
Like, maybe there's something that the mod that always says you shouldn't save while pause did that made it actually be an issue while they, when they do it, but as far as I've ever been able to tell, there is no reason to believe that's ever been a factor.
space station
Or
under
pop.
attack.
I'm not sure if another hypervelocity gun shot would actually kill that. I think that's still above 50%. So maybe a Magnetar gets killed.
Those laser banks are the primary
This is
target.
probably not
Ready.
a particularly
Fire. TIE squadron here.
winnable battle.
TIEs reporting in.
Copy. Head full. Fire. Awaiting orders.
Carrot Commander here. Carrot en route. Come about.
Orders, sir. Draw their fire. Attack formation.
We got that. Okay, well, let's just see if we can get
Regroup for
an HV
another
gun
attack.
killer too.
Eliminating target.
Sir, I've detected.
Nope. Well, okay, they deserve it. They can have it. We do have the Bellator coming into the area. We're about to get a fleet in here. I'm not sure if that is the Bellator. Is it the Bellator or is this Pterodon himself? That is just the Bellator. How big is that thing? That's 246. We're going to need to retreat. They don't have a Coronal here, so that's good.
Tactical battle imminent.
The enemy has been spotted.
I kind of think our focus does have to be on the Empire. But I don't know what we can... You know what? Let's see if we can hypervelocity gun kill you. It's going to miss. Nope. Yeah, that missed.
Ready to update orders.
But we'll have to just retreat and come back with
Preparing.
this guy and the rest of the fleet. We won't be able to wait for Pterodon, but we'll be able to get the Bellator in. And I think this is going to be where we leave our first episode for the day. So I'll just pause there. I'll save again. We'll continue on. So for those of you on YouTube, thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time. For those of you on Twitch, stick around. We are going to be doing one more episode.